The Mooch lasted as communications director for only 10 days. 10. That's not even a whole pay period. The administration wanted to replace him with somebody who will last longer. So today they announced the new White House communications director, Emmanuel Fruitfly.
You know it's bad when you get fired after 10 days and everyone's still like, what took you so long? It's like, that's bad. A little awkward. When Scaramucci called an Uber to pick him up at the White House, Sean Spicer was driving.
It's like the song of the summer. Scaramucci came into our lives, made everyone obsessed with him for like a week, and then he left us with nothing but memories and like a bunch of weird moves, you know? It's like Scaramucci. Why?
Oh, so it's goodbye, Mooch, and hello to the latest controversy swirling around Donald Trump. The White House tonight is insisting the president did nothing wrong when he weighed in on his son's claims about meeting with a Russian lawyer. Now, the Washington Post reported that Trump dictated a statement used by Donald Jr. to defend a meeting held last June. The Post reports Trump Jr. said the meeting was to talk about the adoption of Russian children, but he later admitted he met with the lawyer on the promise of getting damaging information on Hillary Clinton. Trump Jr. even released an email chain leading up to the Moscow gathering. The White House tonight says the president was only trying to defend his son.
The statement that Don Jr. issued is true. There's no inaccuracy in the statement. The president weighed in as any father would based on the limited information that he had. This is all discussion, frankly, of no consequence. He certainly didn't dictate, but, you know, like I said, he weighed in, offered suggestion like any father would do. The Democrats want to continue to use this as a PR stunt and are doing everything they can to keep this story alive and in the papers every single day.
Well, Trump has been using social media a lot lately to defend his actions. He used Twitter this morning again to back his use of social media, claiming, quote, only the fake news media and Trump enemies want me to stop using social media, of which he has 110 million followers. It is the only way for me to get the truth out. Then there's North Korea, ramping up tensions with the U.S. and other Western nations with recent long-range missile tests. But tonight the Americans claim they are not looking to topple the North Korean regime or wage any sort of war. In fact, the U.S. Secretary of State says they eventually want to have formal talks with Pyongyang.
We do not seek a regime change. We do not seek the collapse of the regime. And we're trying to convey to the North Koreans, we are not your enemy, we're not your threat, but you are presenting an unacceptable threat to us, and we have to respond. And we hope that at some point they will begin to understand that, and that we would like to sit and have a dialogue with them about the future that will give them the security they seek.
And the U.S. has imposed a travel ban to North Korea on all its citizens starting September the 1st. Only Red Cross workers, other aid workers, and journalists will be exempt.